Now, this isn't a picture of me or my son when I was younger, but probably the most valuable thing that you have in your business is your time. And I think you know when you're growing your business how easy it is for you to actually end up doing everything. But there's this sort of concept called eat my frog. If you do nothing else today, if you take nothing else on board that I say, I mean, this guy knows a lot more about stuff than I do, but just buy the book, Eat My Frog. But the principle is that 80% of the return your company will get from your activity comes from 20% of your activity. And we're all great at putting off the big stuff and doing the small stuff. Anybody that works with me knows I'm not bad at setting a vision, I'm not bad at going out and selling, I'm rubbish at completing stuff, I'm not good at tea and sympathy. Key thing is you know what you're good at and invest your time, that time that is the most valuable resource the business has got, on the stuff that you are either awesome at doing or the stuff that really matters. And the other stuff, if you can delegate it, delegate it. I appreciate when you've got a small business, that's hard to do. But if you've got to do it, don't do it at the expense of the big stuff. Your time is the most valuable thing your business has got. Eat my frog. Read the book. Yeah? In terms of other ideas around things you can do, I hate meetings. I don't know if any of you broken away from corporate life to set up your own businesses? Great, so a couple of you, yeah? How much time do you spend in corporate life in meetings? And as you grow your own businesses, how many times are you looking at a meeting room thinking, those folks in that room are on my meter, what on earth are they discussing, and what's going to come out of that meeting? Richie Sounds, the guy that built up the music chain of retailers, he's a massive fan of ditching meetings, use the telephone. Yeah? Ditch meetings wherever possible. Now, it's not maybe the best thing in the world to say when you're talking to a bunch of sort of small business owners, but if you're going to do meetings, do them like Tesco do them. So I was really lucky because I used to go around at Hydrogen, going and visiting lots of corporates and seeing how they did stuff when I was taking briefs for jobs. And Tesco are the world's best at meetings. You normally tip up for a cup of coffee, a bicky, bit of a chit-chat, and then you leave and you may or may not do something. Not at Tesco. You turn up, there's an agenda, you go through the meeting, it's done on flip charts, you agree a set of next steps there and then. By the time you've got into your car, you've already received an email from whoever was responsible for the meeting confirming the action points and the date by which those action points should get done by. And then they get followed up. It's a pretty efficient way of running meetings. So you've got to do them the Tesco way. But on the whole, ditch them. Save the time. You are paying for that time. And finally, the thing I'd suggest is as you grow the business, just watch the spaghetti. So the amount of time you will end up spending in meetings or discussing reinventing the wheel, a new process, a new way of doing something, rather than just designing in the first place a simple, scalable process that does the job well enough and you can get on with executing and growing the business. If any of you end up with IT departments, your IT folks will end up wanting to build a department and a piece of kit that can fly you to the moon, when all you wanted to do was just add up a couple of numbers in a spreadsheet. I tend to find Excel is a pretty good way of doing stuff to begin with, or Outlook, that's pretty good as well. But just don't over-spec the systems, or over-complicate the systems, or over-complicate the processes. Just spend the time getting them designed once, and then actually spend the time using them. I think it's Sam Walton, the guy that built up Walmart, who said, give me a good strategy, well executed, over a great strategy any day. It's execution that's often undervalued in a business. So make sure you and my money saving tip, you make sure that you and your team's time goes into executing a good idea rather than trying to rethink a brilliant idea.